Good morning everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm just going to chat about UV resin and UV light, UV torch. Quite a few of you have seen some of my videos in fly tying where I kind of shows how to save money using Lurex as a flash or using Canicalon or different types of fibers like that. That's often reused in the fly tying universe, and companies and big corporations, they just repackage some of these things and just sell it to you at an enormous profit. And UV resin, I feel, is exactly the same. I got many times in arguments with people saying like that some type of UV are better than others, which is true, but you do find exactly the same. And we're going to talk about Chinese UV, which is exactly the same as the famous fly tying brands that you might see. I mean, I just checked there lately, not too long ago, the prices of UV resins now on fly tying websites, and it's just like unreal. Like, are you guys still spending so much money on UV resin? I know we don't use too much when we tie flies. It's usually for midges and things like that, or heads on streamers. But I mean, like, the prices are ridiculous, and I'm not even getting into the lights. Like, you know, you can easily spend over €100 on a light, and a tiny little flask of resin can kind of cost you like 20, 30, 40, 50 euro. Like, I don't know. Fly fishermen still have so much money to waste. Like, I mean, I had a couple of times quite a well-known brand of UV resin contacting me to be in pro team or do some work with them, and I just simply refused, because even with the free resin they would send me, and then getting a discount code after being like a pro tyer in their team or whatever, I still get my UV resin not even less than half the price from China, like, you know, from Amazon. So like, especially since I got into the lure building, I'm using a lot of the UV resin to clear coat the lures. And I mean, you need really good resin for lures, because the amount of impact that the lure takes, you can be thrown onto rocks, you can hit it against a dock, against the boat, and then you have the hook rash. Every time you cast these hooks, the trebles are scratching the side of the lures. And then we fish for pike, so pike destroy this type of lures. So you really need a very strong resin. So even people who have the argument saying that the fly tying resins, the well-known brand, are better than the Chinese one, yeah, I'd like to see the proof of that now, because I've been using cheap, let's call it the cheap resin, which I'm 100% convinced that it's just the packaging that changes. So I don't know, like, don't feel duped by it. Save a few euros if you want to keep on buying a UV for like £40 or €40 a bottle. Fair enough, like, you must have more money than I do, but no, they're definitely like, I got like this one today because I need a more resin, so I went for a bigger pot. I used to have a smaller one and it's gone, and they go an extremely long way. Now this is simple UV resin. This is half a kilo. This is 500 grams of resin, and even people that say that it doesn't dry well, this is all crap, like, you know, because let's talk about one of the first UV resin that came in the market, and I'm actually quite surprised. I checked online and it still does exist, like Bug Bond, like the tackiest resin ever. Like, you know, they tell you like, oh, you have to wipe it and leave it in the sun. That's not what I want. Like, you know, I never managed to get Bug Bond tack free and nice and hard, but these ones, a nice lamp. And now even the better thing about these things is that they improve so well that you actually need lower wattage to dry these resins. So I think they improved a lot more than the fly tying resins, because Bug Bond is still, bleh, I don't know. I'm surprised. Like when I checked online and when I see that it's still for sale, I'm like, wow, I don't know who buys that. Like, Certainly not me. Then I'm going to have a little quick talk on the lamps, like UV lamps. My God, here's another like scandal on the prices of the torch. Like, I mean, the cheapest one that you can find is the UV laser pen, and the laser pen, it's just like a tiny little. It's a laser beam. What do you want to dry with a laser beam? Like, it's maybe if you have midges and things like that. It does actually work, like, but the price of it is stupid. I recommend anyone to go with one of these big. This is plugs, like there's no battery, it's not rechargeable. This plugs on the mains, really powerful lights. I mean, I can dry 4 lures at a time with this light. I let the wheel turn for about half an hour, and the lures are already tack free, and the finish is beautiful on them. Yeah, so that's my rant for the day. Don't buy expensive UV resin. They're only taking the piss. Get the cheap one, and it worked the exact same way. All right. Let me know what you think underneath in the comment section below. I know, because I like to raise this kind of issues, because I know it kind of pokes people the wrong way, which I think it's funny, because they did. Why would they get upset? But yeah, and other people like Perry never wanted to try this resin, but definitely try them. You'll see they work exactly the same way as the very expensive one. So don't be a fool. Save a few quid. See you in the next one. Bye.